My pleasure. I decided that next week I want to do a few drum pad lessons. This should be a drum pad lesson today, but it's not. Now, because you're the first guy here, what PDF would you like to work on? Because I had a good rest last night. That's never happened to me before. In the middle of the lesson, I couldn't even keep my eyes open. Either I'm that boring and I put myself to sleep, or I was just tired. So tell me what PDF you want to work on. All right, so what PDF would you want to work on? There's so much delay. Hey, Randy, did you get Steve's book? Triple flam paradiddle. That figures. You skip the single and the double, we go to the triple. All right. Let me start with the single. How many people are in here? 7? Jeez. All right, let me know if you got Steve's book. Well, there's 2 variations of a triple paradiddle. And all it is the first variation is you're adding a flam to the beginning of the paradiddle. Now, I play it in A4. I can count it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Just for the beginners, I presented it to everybody in A4. All right, we're working on the triple paradiddle, Jim. I don't understand it. I mailed them out last week. All right, we're working on a triple flam paradiddle, Jim. I should wait until, because I'm a little early, get a few more students in the chat. Anyway, there's 2 variations of the triple paradiddle, the flam triple paradiddle. What I did was to present it for the beginners, was put it in A4, 8 quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got to read that one. There you go. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't really like to do that one. Too much counting. Let's go to the second one. Open up to get the PDF, and we'll work on the second line. This is 4/4. How you doing, Robert? Hey, Mauricio. All right, so now, actually, before you do a triple, that was a good call, Randy. But there's guys who don't know how to do a flam. They don't know how to do a single paradiddle, or they don't understand the levels. So let's do this first. Let's start on the flams. Now, there's a free stroke flam, start on the right-hand side. All a flam is a grace note hit close to the prime note, your primary note. If I play that, that's without the flam. Now, when I play the flam, I'm going to do it slow. I'm going to keep it open. Like, I hear that little note in there? I want to close that up a little bit. So It makes the sound fatter. Here's without, with, without, with. Hear the difference in sound? With, without, with. Now, I consider that a right hand flam or a free stroke flam. Now, that's to the right hand. Left hand flam. Same principle, you're just using the other hand. And that was a little flat in there. So that's the first principle you want to know. The free stroke flam or the right hand flam, free stroke flam or the left hand flam. The next flam we have is a downstroke, an alternating flam. That means when I come down with the right, my left comes up to get in position to start with the left. So I have right. Okay? Now the next movement is a downstroke flam. Now that's utilized with the single flam paradiddle, the double flam paradiddle, the flam triple paradiddle, so on and so forth. Now we'll get to the flam tap. First the flams. Now, you understand the flams? Alternating, right hand flam, left hand flam. Now the downstroke flam, I'm playing to get in position, say play the flam paradiddle, for example. If I played a paradiddle, it would be just without a flam. It would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, tap, tap, down. Here comes the flam, the downstroke flam. 1 and hear the sound? It's fatter. Without. With. You hear that sound? So we have the flam paradiddle. Okay, actually, Marcio is right. I should have hit the flam tap next. Because all it is an alternating flam, tap. Alternating flam, tap. Let me get the sheet on it so we can follow it, all right? We have a regular flam tap and an inverted flam tap. All right, there you go. Okay, so a flam tap, I presented it to you in the first note in quarter notes. Who's this? Just who? And I gotta wipe these glasses off or the screen. Or get a binoculars. Hold on. Whoa, I must have rearranged my studio. Who's this Juan? How you doing? Good for you. You want to get on my mailing list, Juan? My email is mattpatella1001@gmail.com. I'll add you to my mailing list and you can get the PDFs. I'll send you these PDFs later if you get on the mailing list, okay? All right, so now, we're going to utilize the flams we just learned. The free stroke flam, the alternating flam, and the downstroke flam. Okay, in this particular case, thank you, Jim. All right, so now, the flam tap, all it is an alternating flam and a tap. Alternating flam, tap. So I present it to you in quarter notes the first time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second variation is in eighth notes. Third variation is in sixteenths. Let me do it slower. way to practice doubles. Thanks, Randy. Oh, these mouses. I got two mouses. I keep forgetting which is which. Jesus. Hold on. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Jim. And one, you got it? Okay. Now, that was, again, quarter notes. Listen to the bass drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eighth notes. Sixteenths. Ah, son of a bitch. Okay, now, there's an inverted flam tap. See, now what I'm doing with the regular flam tap is I come down on the downbeat. 1, tap. 2, tap. This time, I'm going to start tap, flam, tap, flam. So you get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. So you have the regular flam, tap. Then you have so on and so forth. All right, any questions on a flam tap or inverted flam tap? And we'll move on to the next one. Let's go to the flam accent and the Swiss Army triplet, being that we're working with the flams. Come on. Flam accent and Swiss Army triplets. How you doing, Ed? Oh, who's that, Troy? Troy, you didn't get the, email me, please. And I'm going to send you the PDFs. All right, now, same thing with Vern. I forgot him too. So after the lesson, I'll email him. All right, the first one is the flam accent. And I never forget when I first started to learn the rudiments, one of the teachers I was studying with said, do you know what a flam accent is? And I looked at him like he was a lunatic. And I said, all it is a flam with an accent. And he laughed. Flam accent is a rudiment. Now, the way I present it here is in 3/4. In essence, it's really a triplet with a flam in front of it. And I'm breaking it down into quarter notes like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Look at the levels. 3. Down, up, tap. Down, up, tap. 1, 2, 3. Now, that's breaking it down. The actual formation, one of the actual formations is in the eighth note triplet form. All it is an eighth note triplet with a flam in front of it. But notice the upstroke in there? How I trained myself to do that. I don't think about it. It's natural. And what I do, when I do it like this, it just reinforces it. Actually, this makes me play it cleaner and faster. And there's one more version I didn't put with 16th note triplets. 1 and 2. So let me do the 3 of them. 1's in 3/4. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go to 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Eighth, that's the eighth note. 16th. Got it, guys? Any questions on that? This next rudiment I love. And I'll tell you, after I finish teaching it, I'll tell you why I love it. All right. Again, I presented it to you in quarter notes. It's a Swiss Army triplet. What it is, it's a right, right, left, right, right, left. So you have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now, then you have this, the eighth note triplet formation. Look at the level. My goodness. Then the 16th note triplet, which is not there. Now, if I play it faster, and you're playing that for somebody, and somebody says, man, your doubles suck. Well, hey, that's a compliment. And that's not even fast. That sounds like doubles, but it's Swiss Army triplets. Okay, let's go on to the next one. All right. To the Patty Fla Fla in the Flamacutie. And you know, you like that song, Freddie the Freeloader, huh? Freddie. Doo-dee-dee. Funny song. Got it, Jim? All right, we're going to do the Patty, what was it, the Patty Fla Fla. Where these names come from, I have no idea. And I really don't care. But I know what a Patty Fla Fla is. I shouldn't say I don't care. It's always nice to know where these things come from. Now, the Patty Fla Fla, the sticking is right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. However, there's a flam on the beginning. Who's this? Yeah, I will do that one. But before I can do that, you know, you need to understand what they are. All right, let me put this aside for a minute. That's a good one. I like that. You know, what I'm teaching is fundamentals. This is like a beginner lesson. All right, and you're learning the language. Like last night, I got tired. I went to sleep. Anyway, last night we taught the 5-stroke roll, and that's a very common one. Now, because I'm doing rudimental, I don't want this to sound rudimental. Now, watch, I'm going to play the paradiddle ostinato, okay? A paradiddle ostinato, there's nothing except a straight paradiddle. Between the hi-hat, no accent, maybe on 2. 3 E and a 4 E and a. Now make that flam paradiddles. Whole different sound. Or the 5-stroke roll. 3, 4. Ah, 3, 4. Sorry. I'm winging it. That was a flam tap. You know, there's so much you can do. I can't just sit there and play something and use a rudiment. You're using rudiments. See, the school I come from, there's 3 rudiments. There's the single strokes, double strokes, and flam. Everything you have on those sheets, okay, is either it's a part, they're, for example, the flam tap. It's a flam and a right. It's a single stroke. part of it. It's either a right, a single, or a double. If I played the Swiss Army triplet, it's a double with a flam in front of it. It's hard just to improvise that. I could write some charts out for, oh, ouch. It's just a lot of fun, you know. You can fit them into all kinds of grooves, and, you know, it's not the groove that you're fitting it into, it's the music that you're fitting it into. I mean, if you're establishing a consistent pattern, and that's what I consider what you're doing now when I teach, for example, the paradiddle ostinato, like this. That's not a groove. That's a pattern. I can't play a groove for you, okay? Only unless I have music, and that's coming. I've been doing a lot of research, guys, and the play-alongs are going to be coming. Trust me, very soon. But nobody can teach you the groove. You know, how do you could apply it into a groove? I could apply it to a pattern, but a groove, it depends on the music you're playing, and what you play fits to the music. That's how you determine that. Not, you know, because how you consider this a groove. You know, it doesn't happen that way. But I tried to help you out somewhat. And if that's what you're interested in, we'll do a whole lesson like that, okay? There's so much you can do. See, there is no right, there is no wrong. I don't really think about a pattern that I could use the rudiments in. Because when I'm playing a tune, and if whatever I hear fits, you want to consider if I'm using 3 strokes or 5 strokes or 6 strokes. You want to consider it a roll or a rough. No, it's the language. That's all that is. And what you're learning now is, you know, hey man, I'm a drummer for 90 years. You know what a flam is? No. Well, now you know what a flam tap is. Boom. Swiss Army triplet. I want to do the patty fla fla, like I said to you before. And maybe I said something wrong. I don't care. I do care. All right, where it came from and why it was named that. Okay? This is a language for field drumming. All right? And it's also a language for taking out a book like the Charlie Wilcoxon 150 Rudimental Solos, or the Nard book, or the Rudimental Swing Solos. You know, they're all in there. Paradiddles, singles, doubles, Radamacus. And Gene Krupa and Philly Joe Jones and Buddy Rich, they all use this stuff. But they didn't think about it as a 5-stroke roll or a flam tap or a flam or patty fla fla. It was a sound at the moment of the tune. They were feeling and hearing. They put that in. So there is no right, there is no wrong, and I could demonstrate some of the things that I do, but I have to have some music, and it's coming, believe me. All right, let's go to the patty fla fla. All right, because next week, or maybe tomorrow, I'm going to start doing a drum pad lesson. Okay, so the patty fla fla. It's a flam, 2 singles, and another flam. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now watch what I'm doing with the levels here. The first flam you're going to play is a downstroke flam. 1. The next stroke is going to have to be a upstroke. Why? Because now I'm in position to nail the left-hand flam. 3, now I have to alternate it, so I'm in position to hit the next flam. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Oh man, my hands are down. That's in quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eighth notes are coming. And 16ths. That's hard. Ah. Now you want to hear guys play this astronomically fast, clean, and at ease. Go to my Facebook site, all right, called Applied Rudiments. I have all these guys in there that, man, they're in the Hawthorne Caballeros, the Skylights, and all this, and then that, the Swiss Army Color Guard. You want to hear these guys individually play. There is some phenomenal drummers playing this. They use the big 3S drumsticks and the field drum. It's not, that kind of training is really not for a drum set. Like I made this lesson, like I said today, was to put it in into it's a language that you're learning. It's a beginner kind of lesson. You know, some other drummer was asking you how to do a 5-stroke roll, and you go, duh. No, you know. It's language. You open up a sheet, it says 5-stroke roll. Doesn't say 2 rights, 2 lefts, and a right. It's musical notation, and on top it might say 5-stroke roll, or depending on tempo, it might be buzzed. Who knows? It depends on the situation. You know, I'm the clumsiest freaking guy in the world, man. Ugh. By the way, I need that ring. Marcia. Well, it's not that you're different than the others. You're the right kind of guy there, Marcia. You know, it's the only reason why they don't teach rudiments is because they don't know them. You know, the education system in Europe or South America and the USA are totally different, man, when it comes to music. Some of the guys in England have a very advanced knowledge in the beginning. And I don't know how they do that, but some are really knowledgeable. South America, I'm not too familiar with. But the USA, I am, because I'm from the US. But they should teach you rudiments, because that's the beginning. Rudimental or rudiments means the beginning. You know, you're learning the language. What's this one now? Let's see what we got here. Well, I don't know if he's wrong about that. Maybe he never came across that, Jim. Okay. Hey, as a matter of fact, not Horatio Barbera, he's retired now. What's that guy's always playing the clave? I forgot his name. He joined the group the other day. He's a very famous drummer. He plays with everybody. He's playing the clave all the time with his left foot. You know, South American, Brazilian, Afro-Cuban rhythms are very difficult. I'm having a show, you know, in another month or so with a Mark Walker. And I think I mentioned it to you yesterday, okay? He's a percussion instructor at Berklee School of Music. He's very, very versed in Latin. He plays the hell out of a band with Latin music. And he's a samba player mostly. I love the guy. Anyway, when he comes here, we're going to go through all of that. We're going to have a good time with this guy if you're interested in learning. The guy's really, really phenomenal. I think I should email, I could find the video. I'll email you the video of him playing. It's a jazz tune he was playing, as a matter of fact. A Moment's Notice by John Coltrane. It's not of structure. It's not an actual 32-bar tune. It's 36-bar. And it's a very difficult tune to play, even in the straight-ahead swing. But he took it into a samba pattern. And he kicked the shit out of it, man. God bless that man. Great drummer. Nice guy. Very friendly, and you'll get to meet him. Okay, so now, Horatio Hernandez. That's right, Randy. Thank you. Thank you, Randy. Horatio, there's so many names. Sometimes I get Gene Krupa and Buddy Krupa, and Krupa Rich, that kind of thing. I get it all confused a lot. There's just so many things going through my mind. I need to slow it down. And it all caught up to me last night. It totally exhausted me. I don't know why. I never felt that way before. But anyway, he's in the Art of Drumming group now. Now, I don't know whether he wants to get in there to communicate with other drummers or he just wants the audience. There's 102,000 people in there. That's a lot of drummers, man. A lot of drummers. And anybody here who knows how to get discs on drumless tracks. Drumless tracks means without the drums, but the music playing. If anybody could help me out with that, I would sincerely appreciate. Well, Jimmy, it's not about impressing people either, Jimmy. It's about, how can I say this? Now, they don't want to impress nobody. You want to appreciate them. There's the difference. Their hard work, their talent, their ability, and their taste. But anyway, if anybody can come across some play-alongs with me, I would, turn me on to them so I could purchase them. And I will put them, I'm buying a new soundboard, and I will put them into my soundboard. And I have to play with headphones on, though. I hate playing with headphones. They muffle what I'm playing. But, I'll try it a couple times, see how it works, and make it work. It's simple. So we're going to have tunes. I can't use, for example, if I wanted to do a moment's notice with John Coltrane, and I turn John Coltrane on and play to it. First though, two things. I'm not free to do what I want because somebody else is doing it. So I'm doing what he's doing and kind of comping with him. Plus, YouTube immediately will stop it. Okay? And the reason why they would stop it because it's an infringement, a copyright infringement. Oh, you too, Jimmy, you could help me out with this one, all right? Some of the guys who have won the book from Rick Latham from Hudson Music, they don't know how to do that. I told them first they have to become a member, then they go on to the book, and they want to purchase it. I don't know what they have to put. They just put their name in there. Can you help me out with that? But Horatio Hernandez is really a fine, fine drummer. But sometimes, it's not. I love his accomplishment. I appreciate his abilities, his talent, and the zone he's in. But sometimes that cowbell with his left foot, gets a little bit much sometimes. Kind of, in my opinion, sometimes, just me. But the guy's adorable, man. He's a great player. Sometimes, to me, though, it gets a little annoying. It's overplayed. But anyway, tomorrow afternoon, 1 p.m., I'm going to do a drum pad lesson. And it's going to be a long lesson. And I'm going to place myself in front of the drums with the camera way back there, and you're going to see the drum pad. And I'll have less bullshit here. And we could go over and over and over. Notice that I did give you this just came randomly. It's an 8-measure phrase. It's a 4-measure phrase, rather. The solo number 1. You can see the rudiments in there. You have the flam taps, the flam paradiddles. The lesson 25s, flam the cue, flam taps again, flam paradiddles, and flam taps. Now, everybody who got the PDFs, solo number 1, can we read them? Do you know how to read them? If not, I'll have to break it down, and I will tomorrow for those who don't. Thank you, Jimmy. That's very, very kind of you. Okay? I keep getting the mail from Pierre and from Homa, whatever his name is. Hey, Troy, can you please email me after the lesson? And also, Vern, if you're watching, you too, as well. I forgot to send them to you. I don't have your email. So I need for you to email me if you want PDFs. And who is that? Juan? Juan, if you would like the PDFs, you want the PDFs, please email me. And from now on, you get all the PDFs. Okay? All right. Any questions? I mean, I keep going off like the 4th of July here. Instead of doing the lessons, I get into talking. And I shouldn't do that. But you know me, I'm like an old lady. Thank you, Jim. Okay, guys, any questions before I hang up? If not, we will see everybody tonight. Bob, you still there? Remember, when you're having a problem with the video buffering or you're having some static someplace, it's not my reception. It's your reception. What you need to do is reboot your computer, restart it, and come back. It'll be better. You're welcome, Randy. Okay, guys. What keeps people coming back? See everybody tonight. MattPatellaLiveLessons.com. Guys, have a good rest of the day.